Previously on the Classy Gamesman.
You heard about the Game Gear Micro? I hear a lot of people saying, "Who is this for? Who's this made for?" And it is weird. Welcome back. It's Console Wars 2020. Today we're pitting together the best of the micro machines. No, not those cheap Hot Wheels knockoffs. I'm talking about real toys for adults. Battle to the death. In this corner, the PocketSprite, like a Game Boy for your keychain. And in this corner, Sega's official Game Gear Micro. As one outlet called it, a device for rich people with tiny hands. Well, we're gonna find out if that's true. Let's get one thing out of the way first. The Game Gear Micro is only available in Japan. I mean, you can order one from Japan. The menus are all in Japanese, so is the instruction manual. But honestly, they're Game Gear games. They're not that complicated. Well, so these are like the modern tiny counterparts of the Game Boy Color and the Game Gear. Interesting story. When I was a kid, I had a Game Gear and I basically just had Sonic Chaos and one other game. I traded it in to get a Game Boy Color. This Game Boy Color. And as you can see, actually as you cannot see, it's not backlit. The original Game Gear was backlit. Now it was a tank, it was like this big and took like 15, E batteries, but this, its strong suit was its games. Now what's great about the PocketSprite is, now if you're getting these things based on the screen alone, the Game Gear Micro takes it by a landslide. While only slightly bigger, it's a better display quality, it's crisper, it's brighter, and it's honestly less pixelated. This is the better screen. But a micro gaming machine isn't just about the looks. The PocketSprite's buttons are incredibly tiny, but honestly, it's fine. Really doesn't ruin the experience for me. The Game Gear Micro, the buttons are a little bigger, but they're a little, spongier, if that makes sense. They're a little squishy. I mean the mechanics under it, not the buttons themselves. They're hard plastic. I honestly find both pretty playable. Now I know a lot of people will say these are just way too small to be playable. I mean, that's their appeal. So if you don't like that, get something a little heftier. If you want the smallest gaming possible, these are your best bets. All right, the user interface is very basic on the PocketSprite, but honestly, it's very functional. And when you're turning it off, it automatically saves the spot where you were. That's pretty handy. Opening the Game Gear Micro is a little bit more almost like a system powering up, and then you get to the selection screen with the games. The saving is awesome on a Sprite. However, you cannot select specific saves, nor can you store specific saves. With the Game Gear Micro, with each game, you can have up to 4 save files that you have to manually save to, but you can also recall them at will. So that's nice. So yeah, the Game Gear Micro doesn't turn off on an instant, but it does give you manual save states. The PocketSprite is a wonderful thing that you just pull out and play for like 30 seconds and then put away. Sound. The Game Gear Micro has a dedicated volume slider. And honestly, it doesn't sound half bad for the size that it is. The sound of the PocketSprite can only be controlled through the menu, and it's definitely inferior to the Game Gear Micro, if you're just going for sound. Another boost over here is that this has a headphone jack. I honestly don't know how they fit a headphone jack into this. Maybe someone could write Apple and let them know, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It has a volume slider, but when you slide it, there's like a delay, there's like latency. I guess it's digital technology posing as analog. I don't know how it works. I'm not an electrical engineer. Battery life, I don't know, I didn't test that. It's good enough. They both have USB micro connectors. In the case of the PocketSprite, it actually charges it. In the case of the Game Gear Micro, the USB slot lets you play the games without using battery, but it doesn't have a chargeable battery. No, in fact, this baby takes AAAs. Some people will like that. I prefer to just keep it all on the inside and charge it now and then. I do wish they used USB-C. Now let's talk about what these are really for. Games. The Game Gear Micro comes in 4 varieties, and each of these varieties comes with 4 games. So there are 16 games in total if you spend $200 and get 4 different ones to carry around. The PocketSprite, you can upload ROMs yourself. The Game Gear Micro plays, you guessed it, Game Gear games. This is an official licensed product from Sega, so it runs incredibly well. But again, you're limited in your choices. The PocketSprite, you can put NES, Game Gear, Game Boy Color. That's pretty impressive for its size. It'll hold about roughly 10 ROMs. It depends on what the games are, obviously. Text can be an issue. If you wear glasses, keep your glasses on. Again, this thing's biggest downside is the quality of the screen. But again, that's how big it is. So at the end of the day, if this is your holiday gift guide, then I would say if you're unsure, go with the PocketSprite. It's roughly $10 more, but you can do a lot more with it. If the person you're getting for or yourself is a hardcore Sega fan, then they're gonna love this. I mean, it's a little Game Gear. The batteries died. You find my AAAs. So that's my review. Check out these micro consoles. I'd like to see more. I'd love to see more companies get involved with the super tiny form factor. I'm just like obsessed with it. It's crazy. If I don't hear from you all or see you, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. And you know what? If you don't celebrate any of those, that's fine. Warm wishes regardless towards you, your loved ones. Stay safe, find a friend, tell someone you care. This is the Classy Gamesman signing off. Let's end this crap year. Sayonara 2020. Stay classy. I mean, so that's nice.